the Real Estate U podcast with Lettiann.
Welcome back to Real Estate U with Lettiann. And I also want to welcome back my friend, Bobbie Irvin. Bobbie, welcome back to our show today.
Hello.
So glad to have you. We were talking with you, Bobbie. Let's preface this. Bobbie is a retired police officer, 26 years here in the Kansas City metropolitan area. He is also a Marine Corps veteran and published author. So we're talking with Bobbie today about his new book called Failure to Comply. This is available at failureToComply.com, Amazon.com, and some other online platforms. But we're going to talk about why Bobbie wrote this book and some of his other endeavors that makes him so successful and, I'll say, unique, Bobbie. Because I'll tell you this, anyone who meets you, Bobbie, you're someone that people don't forget. I mean, you're almost an instant friend to someone. You only look out for people's best interests, but when someone needs their ass kicked, you'll do that too. Is that right?
That's right. I'll protect my friends and family. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we know you have our back for sure. So we had just gotten into some of the history, your history, and tell me what compelled you to write this book right here, Failure to Comply? And wasn't this picture taken on your very last day here?
That photo was taken. You see, I'm carrying some papers in my left hand there.
Yes.
Those are actually my discharge papers, and I had just done my last radio transmission.
I remember it well.
Done.
I cried.
Yeah, I was. I still get choked up watching that thing. But that was a special moment, and not many officers are afforded the opportunity to actually get back on the radio and do their last transmission. So that was a special day. But I started this venture, if you will, of writing this book way back in 2008. I had been approached to have a meeting with a forensic social worker. I had never even heard that title before, but she contacted me, and her job was to talk to family members regarding a relative of mine that was up for capital murder. And her job was to get my cousin's background to help understand, how he came about to become this person that committed this crime. And so, I've always told people my story, bits and pieces here and there, but that particular day was supposed to be like a 30-minute meeting, turned out to be a 2-hour meeting, where I told everything from my early childhood, all the way up to the present. And at the end of that, she says to me, "You know what? You need to write a book." And I've been told that before. I was told that several times prior to even having this meeting. But for whatever reason, that gave me the spark. And I told her, I said, "Listen, when you leave from here, start looking for me on Oprah Winfrey and her book club, because I said that's where I'm headed with this." And didn't know it was going to take me this long. I actually took like three years off of writing on this thing, and then I would write some, a month or two here, and then
it had to be emotional. I mean, it was part of it.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, very emotional. There were a lot of things revealed in the book that I don't normally talk to people about. At times I have to maybe give people this idea that maybe I'm this perfect guy, but I wrote this book to let people know that I'm not. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, and I've made some good choices as well. And the purpose was to write this book to let people know that, hey, it's okay to make mistakes, but you got to put some work in be willing to put some work in and have some vision and make it happen. And you can succeed. And that was one of the purposes of writing this book. I grew up in a household that was pretty chaotic at times. My dad was, I would like to call him a weekend binge drinker, but he would drink till he passed out, and then while he was drinking, he was one of those angry drunks, So I witnessed him beat my mother many times. There was times when we finally got brave enough to where we actually intervened, and we would get in between the fights. But my dad had problems as well, and we just didn't know exactly what they were. And to this very day, I still guess about some of the problems that he may have had also while he grew up. But I also know that I didn't want to continue this cycle, so I made a conscious effort to do what I needed to do to not continue that kind of activity. So. But yeah, the book was, when I wrote the book, I was crying, laughing. I felt shame. I went through the whole gamut of emotions writing this thing. But at the same time, it was very therapeutic. I was able to talk about a lot of things that I kept inside, and getting those things out really helped me as well.
Who should buy this book? Who is your message to? Who are you speaking to in this book?
This message is to the young adult, the teenager, to the young adult, to the adult, someone who's maybe in the crossroads of life and really don't know where to go. Maybe thinking about just giving up. This book is for them. They can read the book and see all the obstacles that I had encountered, and that I was able to overcome those obstacles. I'm hoping that this book will give them some hope, and give them that extra push.
So you said this to me one time, and I'm saying it back to you. Mm-hmm. I couldn't be more proud of you. I'm delighted to be your friend. Trying not to tear up right now. I'm not kidding around. You're a great friend.
Oh, thank you, Lettiann. Thank you, Lettiann. I feel the same about you. I could sit here. We could do a show just about you.
Oh no,
about all your accomplishments.
No, it's not about me today.
I thank you so much. We've known each other a long time.
A very long time indeed. I'm blessed to have you as a friend. So I'm going to cut that before I. Anyway, we've had a lot of great experiences.
You're gonna get me to start crying.
Yeah, well, we're not gonna do that. So we're talking to Bobbie Irvin today, author of Failure to Comply. And Bobbie, I know you want to do a book signing. We're going to fast forward here a little bit. I know the pandemic and safety reasons are putting that book signing on hold, because I know it's going to be one big badass party. You're going to want to hug everyone. And we're going to do it. So I'm encouraging everybody, and he's not just going to do a signing in Kansas City. If you get this book and Bobbie comes to your city for a book signing, bring this book. He'll sign it. You'll meet an incredible man, author, Marine, cop, all of that good stuff. So I have some questions for you, Bobbie, in the about 10 minutes we have remaining.
Sure.
What's your opinion on the Black Lives Movement?
Well, when this movement began, in its infancy stages, if you will, there was a great message. All Black lives do matter, and bringing awareness to the systemic racism that's growing in the police departments and other venues, but at some point, it seemed like the Black Lives Matter movement got a little clouded, got hijacked, if you will, and kind of went a little rogue, kind of got out of control. And I say that because, I don't condone any kind of form of violence I don't condone rioting, tearing up your neighborhood, burning, looting, get it on the highways and blocking those highways. People have access to those highways. So I have issues with that. And I understand the motivation behind it. I see that they're trying to get the message across, trying to get people's attention. But I just the delivery of the message is just I can't condone that.
What advice do you, and just maybe in less than a minute, what advice do you have for persons promoting and supporting Black Lives Matter when they really don't? They're all in it. Their heart's in it for the good, right?
Sure,
but they don't really
right.
understand the whole picture and how it has been hijacked. Right.
I would just tell people, listen, just get involved and get with the right people that are in that organization that don't condone the violence and the rioting and such. Just get with people that want to just get out there and get the message across and work with the government officials, the police departments. Those are the people that you need to be involved with, not out here tearing up your neighborhood.
Right. And with that being said, and as a former police officer, what's your opinion on the defunding the police, the idea of defunding police?
That is about the silliest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I'm sure you can use a better adjective than silly, Bobbie.
I will. I don't know. Are we allowed to use
You're allowed to use
4-letter words?
You can use anything you want.
It is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And once again, this is how things get twisted. Defunding is not in itself actually taking away all the money for police officers and all their resources. But that's what it was first made out to be, and that's kind of where it's gone. And people are just not looking at the big picture. I mean, you can't get rid of the funding for the police departments, because then you're going to have lack of training, lack of equipment. It's going to be a snowball effect, and it's going to affect the quality of police work that's being done. You just can't operate a police department on peanuts. You can't do it. I understand that they want to refocus the funds to other civic or social services, and I get that. Yes, they do need help, but we cannot get the job done by taking away our funds and the equipment and training that's necessary to do our job effectively.
And what are your thoughts on police brutality and all that we're hearing about police brutality these days, and how maybe amplified or glorified or magnified that is in the news? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's it's a double-edged sword. It really is. Yes, we have bad police officers. In some police departments, because I've known other officers that work for other jurisdictions, other police departments around the country, and they seem to have their own way of doing things, if you will. Like Kansas City, for instance, we never trained in putting your knee on someone's carotid artery on their neck to get them to comply. We never trained that. I mean, who taught this officer to do that? Where did he get this? Is this something that the police department is actually training? I hope not, because obviously something needs to be done there. But our police department, Kansas City, Missouri Police Department, does a really good job of communicating with the citizens, trying to find out, trying to get a common ground, and trying to get away from police officers that are showing prejudice towards other races. And if we can just find a way to weed out those officers, we can really make something good about this the city. Yes, we have bad officers. I've worked with them. I know the officers that don't like black people. I know some that don't like white people.
And they probably don't like themselves either.
Yeah, and they have issues as well. Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I try to impress upon people. Listen, we're human beings just like everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, and we make mistakes. We overreact. You know, but in the same token, I keep telling people, listen, we as citizens, ordinary citizens, we have to be responsible as well. If a police officer tells you to stop, don't run.
It seems pretty clear to me.
Officer tells you get out of the car. Get out of the car. You know, you're under arrest. This is not permission for you to try to take my gun or beat me up or you know, do any of that. So once again, you know, failure to comply, and that's why we're having some of these issues that we're having today. If we can get everyone together, yes. Yeah, there it is. If we can get everyone together.
Respect one another.
Respect authority.
Respect authority. Respect the uniform.
Absolutely. So we can just get down to those basic understanding. You know, we can go somewhere.
Indeed.
Right now, we're just we're in a. Seems like we're going backwards. It's not a good feeling.
It is indeed. But we so appreciate your insight. And again, I'm speaking with Bobbie Irvin, former retired police officer and former Marine, or retired Marine, veteran. Yes, say it again.
Yes. Hoorah. There it is right there. United States Marine Corps, baby.
And thank you for your service. Today is the Marine Corps birthday, so happy birthday to the Marine Corps on the day we're filming today. But if you want to hear more about Bobbie and his story coming up in the inner city, overcoming adversity, going into the Marines, really almost reshaping his life himself with the help of the Marine Corps, and then coming back to that same neighborhood and being a police officer in, were you on South Patrol?
Yeah, I broke in at Metro.
Metro,
which at that time was the 63rd Street station, and then I ended up I worked undercover. We didn't get a chance to talk about that.
Boy.
I worked undercover. Purchasing drugs. Did that for a bit, and then I went out to South Patrol, where I worked that station for about 17 years.
Unbelievable. If you want to know more about Bobbie's story, go to failureTocomply.us or .com.
.us.
.us. FailureTocomply.us. Right. Learn more about Bobbie and his story. It's a great message, compelling book here, recently released. So congratulations, author. And
you can
so
much.
Also get the book on Amazon.com. And I just want to thank you, Bobbie, for sharing your story with us today. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Look,
Lettiann, thank you for having me. Do I have a minute for shout outs?
You have 1 minute for shout outs. Let's go.
Shout outs. Okay. Out of my Paseo Pirates at Paseo High School. Love you guys. Thanks for all the support. KCPD, all my family there, and the Irvin family there in Kansas City. Love you guys. Appreciate all the support. Thank you, Lettiann.
Thank you. And thank you all for watching another episode of Real Estate U with Lettiann. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.